Hello everyone, I'm Anka and I'm the voice actor of Elliot and Gabriel. So I'm the one who proposed this video idea and I just wanna say a few things before the video starts. Uh, the voice actor that answer this question are not in their character. So if you comment you can ask who you want to see in the next episode, and if you have question you can. Thank you for seeing this video and enjoy this mess and stay to the end. There's funny thing all along.
Hi, I'm Mira Gully, and I voice both Hi, I'm James and Hi, I'm Zach.
Hello, my name is Decent Silent, and I'm the voice actor of Hi, I'm Liam and Meng.
Hi, I am Haven, and I voice act for Simon.
Why did I audition for James and Zach? Honestly, I auditioned for everybody, so I was not technically sure. I didn't even know that I would get James nor Zach. Honestly, I didn't even know I would get James, to be honest.
I wanted to audition for Liam because he seemed like a very interesting and mysterious character. Also, because at first no one has auditioned for him, so I thought I might give it a try. And as for Meng, honestly, I was just doing it for fun. But now I'm so happy I got him since he's also very cool, and from what we've seen in the past videos, seems to be a very important person in James's life.
I think the main reason I auditioned for Simon in the first place is he's a nerd. I'm a nerd. And I don't know, it kind of just clicked and it was like, I want to try and be Simon.
No. I wanted Mark. Yes, I wanted Mark. I wanted to voice Mark, really.
Nope. I auditioned for Jeremy at first, then for Mark, and lastly for Liam. It was because Jeremy is my favorite character. That's why I auditioned for him first. Secondly, for Mark, because he's very cool, and I thought it would be so much fun to voice him. Lastly, I did Liam because I found him very interesting as well, and also because, like I said before, no one auditioned for him, and I kind of felt bad, and yeah. Like, in general, I just wanted to try and audition for him as well. But the other two boys, I tried them first because they were a little bit more my favorite characters. But now I am not complaining about voicing Liam. He's also very cool.
So Simon was the first person I tried for, but it did come very close to Fritz. I did Fritz second because Fritz seemed like a fun character. I wanted to try and maybe do Fritz because at the time I didn't like Fritz, so I was like, what if I just make myself have to go through with that? But I did try for Simon first.
I did a redo for Zach for like 3 times, and I did a redo for James 2 times.
For Liam, I don't know, to be honest. I think like 5. I was determined to get him. I don't know why. And for Meng, literally just 1. And I didn't even really try, to be honest.
I only tried for Simon once, and I feel like the reason for that is I don't really like having to redo things. So I kept getting so many bloopers, and I just kept going, we're gonna post the right one, we're gonna share the right one. I didn't want to, like, give one that I had to redo later.
Yes, this is my first time voice acting.
I did voice in a tiny Undertale AU animation before. That was my first time ever voice acting, so I was very nervous at that time. And later I voiced a side character in a gacha series, but I don't think my voice was actually really coming through so much because I think it was just a student like in the background yelling something. And now I'm voice acting in this amazing series.
This is my second time voice acting, because my friend had a series that we didn't go through with, but I did voice act 3 characters for that. So no, it's not my first time.
For Zach, it would only take like 1 to 2 days, and for James, it will only take like 3 to 4 days.
Honestly depends. Normally I get my lines done quite quickly since I only do them really early in the mornings because my voice is fairly low then, which fits for Liam the best, I guess. I always warn my parents about it as well, so they won't get confused or barge into my room randomly whilst I'm recording the lines. But yeah, I get them done quite quickly, I'd say.
So it honestly depends for how fast I do the lines, because I have a very packed schedule. Like, I have to be doing something. And so episode 12, it took me over 2 weeks, which was past the deadline. I had to get an extension for it. But then, like, recently, I got the lines done the day they were posted, because I had a lot of free time, I had nothing to do. So it really just depends on my schedule.
To be honest, me and James have like-hate terms on liking each other. You know, so I have like-hate feelings for this dude. So yeah, for Zach, honestly, I just love voicing him.
Yeah, definitely. I love voicing these two emos. Liam just gets more interesting in this season. So I'm really excited to see where this all is going. And Mang's voice so far is also very interesting and a little complicated to voice. But seeing as he will also be very important in the future, I'm just super excited to see where this is all going.
I like Simon. I feel like I say that about like every character. It's either I absolutely hate them or I love them, like as a character. But I do like Simon quite a lot. He's nerdy, he's nervous, he's kind of relatable in like the sense of, like, a lot of the times you'll see like, oh, he's like a hero who's confident and strong and like blah 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 whatever. For Simon and a lot of the other characters, you see how they don't have like anything under control, how they're just guessing. And I like that a lot about like all the characters, but I like that especially about Simon.
One of my favorite lines as James is definitely episode 13, where he's just like insulting Gregory with one of these. Just not interested. Go bother your possible dead parents. As Zach, I like when he's, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean to scare you like that. I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean to scare you like that. I love it because whenever I apologize to my friends, I would say, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. And they're just like, Yurko, stop. Just no. James's line that are worse is when he was mad, like kind of snap at Matt when he said, "I never loved you, and I really would have preferred to see you dead on the day of your accident."
If you ever felt like I love you in some way, you imagined it in your naivety. I never loved you, and I really would have preferred to see you dead on the day of your accident.
It's really mean, and I don't like it. Zach, he has never gotten any weird lines yet, so we're good.
Oh, my favorite line. I don't know. I feel like I have to say the one line in the conversation between N and Max. I feel like my favorite line would be the one where he says, "But the real question should be, why are you here?" Although the real question should be, why are you here? I just fell in love with that line immediately, and once I was finished, it turned out so good. So I'd say that one's my favorite. And worst? I don't really think that anything I've said so far has made me hate a line. Only the making of the yelling Vanny part.
Very good at it.
Vanny?
Vanny? Vanny, can you hear?
Vanny!
Ah, what? What happened? Where am I?
Vanny, breathe! Because it took me ages to get that one done. I hated it so much. So, to answer your question, I don't necessarily hate a line because of how it turned out in the scene, but of the making. I hated that line.
My favorite line is when Simon and Susie, episode 12, find the Evan shrine, I guess you can call it, and Simon just screams and is just completely confused on what's going on, because I found that scene really, really funny. What the shit? Is this serious? Worst line, 100%, when the bomb goes off in the abandoned house and Simon and Susie both scream. That scream took me, I counted, it was over 70 tries. I did it so many times. The mic wouldn't pick up, it would sound wrong, it would distort it, there would always be something wrong with it. So we ended up using one of my first attempts, which wasn't the ideal one, but it was the one that worked.
Honestly, every single line.
I feel like, the yelling Vanny part, I guess. Other than that one, probably when N says his lines in the conversation with Max, because I kept forgetting his name. I kept saying Max at the end, so that took me also a few tries.
The scream from the bomb is definitely my most bloopers one. I don't think I've ever had to do a line more than 20 times, but for that one scream, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Counting on an entire series, I personally love when Elizabeth was looking for cards or clues in episode 11. That one was really good.
Focus. What happened with Fred may be connected to the night Zach disappeared. Okay. Matt left me the sheets that I found the other day. I hadn't been able to follow them until now, but they look like drawings. We had found them where Zach was that time, and they seem to connect, but they're incomplete. Maybe if I...
And for Like, counting as voice acting, I sincerely loved when Zach and Noah scene. That was really good.
I feel like the scene I'm about to name is very underrated, but that's why I love it so much. I think it's in episode 7, but I'm not sure. But it's the scene where Simon searches for Mike in an alleyway and starts counting down to not be scared. But Michael scaring the crap out of him is probably my favorite. Because it's so funny and also cute to see how scared Simon got at that point. But I also found it was very sweet that Mike still came.
My favorite scene so far, for Simon, it's probably when they go to visit the abandoned house and Susie falls from the fence.
What do you think about going to an abandoned house?
And she looks done with everything in a nervous sense, and Simon just looks annoyed. But in general, I feel like it's mainly that one scene. I don't remember which episode, but Vanny finds Mike again, and she slaps him really hard in front of Mark.
Zach. I love Zach more than James. I'm sorry.
Why are we picking favorites now? I don't know. I love both of them. Okay, I'm only saying this because I don't know, but I love voicing Liam. Also because he's very cool and mysterious, but so is Mang. Dang it. Nope. I love both of my emo boys. You can't make me choose. I'm not choosing. They're both amazing.
Okay, so I stopped the video it's normal again is because my dear Heaven has a good idea to answer the question not like it was supposed to be.
My favorite character, Zach. It's Zach or Frederick. It's really close, but I would say Zach is my number one favorite character in the series so far. I mean, we might be getting more revelations about characters in the future, obviously, and so maybe that'll change. But Zach is 100% my current favorite.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Stay tuned for episode 13.
Thanks for having me for this, and thanks for listening, I guess. Bye.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening to me ramble. I don't know. I'm in your walls. That's all I have to say to you. Check your walls tonight.